Hi, welcome to week 5. This week, we're going to be talking about building high performance teams. In Blackboard, we'll be looking at Module 4, week 9, but this is what we'll do in week 5. Discussion Board 6 is due, and your Servant Leadership Part 2 paper is due. So this week, we have videos to watch. Steve Jobs, about how to build a team. And this is Michael Dickerson from CBS News. He's talking basically about how to, or really how servant leadership inspires a team, because when people see you acting as a servant leader, they want to act like a servant leader too, and they join and help also. This week, for your discussion board question, you have a team effectiveness questionnaire to fill out. You can fill out or assess any team you want. Most people do their unit where they work, but you don't have to. You can do a committee you're on. If you have a group at your church or a recreation club, some kind of group you work with there, or a charity, go ahead and assess those too. But you can do what you want, and it's just 1 through 5 numbering. And then when you're done with it, I want you to explain how your team scored in each dimension and then overall. Were you surprised by your findings? And if you chose one dimension to improve, what would it be and how would you do that? So we have that for the week, and then we'll go to assignments again. This week, you're going to do Servant Leadership Part 2. And this is where you actually, oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong screen. Here we go. Instructions. Okay, where you're actually going to go through the interview. And we want you to use the questions you came up with, but you can ask other questions as they unfold. A scholarly paper should have an introduction, a body, and a summary. And here the introduction just has to be a paragraph, and the summary another paragraph at the end. And most of the body of the paper is just going to be your interview. But I do want you to reflect on what you learned about applying servant leadership from the interview. Suggesting 6 to 8 pages. APA, of course, title page and reference page don't count. So if we go to the rubric, you will see this is where you get your points for handing in part 1, where you handed in the person, the date, and the questions you're going to ask with a reference. You get 20 points for introduction. That means introducing your servant leader and the principles of servant leadership. Explain what it is in the paper, even though we all know what it is. Then you conduct your interview. This is very important. This is 20 points of the paper. Make sure one of your questions focuses on the leader's impact on patient care and state it very clearly. Then you do a summary where you reflect on what you've learned, APA, and spelling and grammar. So I believe that's all I have for this week. I will get your part 1s graded by tomorrow at the very latest, if not today. And I will talk to you next week. So have a good week. Take care.